Hello and welcome to this session, and in this session we shall continue our understanding of the important software terminologies. Particularly in this session, our focus is on understanding as to what really do we mean when we say that we are installing a software. Well, that way in this session we will also have to understand the importance of an installation guide, and not just that, we will also have to understand as to what we mean when we say that we have to maintain a software. So what really do all of these important terminologies mean? Let me explain. In my previous session, you have already understood all of whatever you are seeing on the screen. But then what really is important for you to understand now is that no doubt on the cloud server, the fully functional software product is ready to use, but then the users may not even know about it. Well, you know that through the promotional activities of release, you shall be making aware of the end users about the availability of such a product on the cloud server. And what really should the end user do the moment he gets to know about the availability of such a software product on the cloud server? Well, you know that the end user shall download the software product. Well, is this downloading is what we call as installation? No. Downloading is just one of the aspects associated with installation, but actually installation refers to the process of setting up the downloaded software on your computer. Well, the moment you download the software product from the cloud server into your local computer, it doesn't mean that the software product will immediately become fully functional. If the software product has to become fully functional, then not only should you download the software product, you will also have to configure it on your local computer. Well, that way, downloading the software product and then configuring it appropriately on your local computer is what we technically refer to as the installation process. And to guide you through this installation process, normally the software products are also associated with their respective installation guides. An installation guide basically is a manual that explains to you step by step as to how you need to be installing that particular downloaded software on your local computer. One of the biggest benefits of the installation guide is that there is no need for you to either guess or get confused during the installation process. The installation guide tells you exactly what you need to do step by step for a successful installation of the downloaded software product. If you would follow the guidelines that are provided in the installation guide, then you shall minimize the chances of running into problems during installation, saving your time and also preventing yourself from frustration. And still, if something goes wrong, don't worry. Many installation guides normally include something called as the troubleshooting tips. Well, as the name itself suggests, these are the tips that you will have to be using to shoot the troubles just in case you encounter during the installation of the software product. And through these troubleshooting tips, you can definitely solve the commonly occurring problems during installation extremely quickly. That way, it is these installation guides that empowers you to take control of the installation process. You need not be a tech expert. Just follow the guidelines that are provided in the installation guide and you would have definitely completed the installation process. Anyway, let me explain this whole process of installation through a practical example of a home automation application. Say supposing you want to automate your home and hence you have downloaded a fully functional home automation software application from a cloud server. Well, you could have maybe downloaded it into your laptop or even into your desktop or maybe even onto your mobile. But then downloading by itself is not sufficient. You know that you will also have to install that software onto your local device. And to guide you in this process, you shall also be provided with an installation guide. Well, this is how a typical installation guide looks like. It shall contain an introduction section, and not just does it contain an introduction section, it shall also specify to you as to what really the system requirements are. Not just does it give you this information, it shall also give you the details of the installation steps. You need to abide by all of these steps for a successful installation, and once you are done with that, the installation guide shall also be guiding you as to how you need to set up the software product for the first time on your local device. Well, I know that I am rushing through all of the steps, but then just don't worry. These happen to be the initial sessions of this entire course on software development, and definitely by the end of this course you would have understood each and every aspect of everything that I am discussing with you in great detail. But then, getting back to my discussion, let me tell you that the installation guide shall also tell you as to how you can troubleshoot if really there is any problem during installation. Not just that, if you finally decide not to have the software application on your local device, then it also tells you as to how you can be uninstalling the software application. Well, that way there shall also be a contact info section using which you can reach out to the company that has developed the software product and get your queries resolved. Well, the company shall always have a tech support team that shall be helping you out in resolving such issues that you face while installing their respective software products. That way, I am sure you have been able to understand as to what really installation is and what really is the role played by the installation guide. Now, let's understand as to what really maintenance of a software means. Well, for the time being, let's keep the software context aside. In general, what do we mean by maintenance? Say, supposing you have purchased a certain branded car from the respective car showroom. Now, this purchase shall ensure that there is a beginning of a relationship between you and the car showroom. You know that you will very often have to keep coming back to that car showroom to get your car serviced. Well, servicing the car is nothing but maintaining the car. In case you don't get it serviced, in other words, if you don't maintain the car well, then obviously the car shall not be able to serve you for a longer duration of time. In other words, the purchase of a new branded car from a certain car showroom is not a relationship which is ending by itself. Rather, it is the beginning of a long-standing relationship wherein the car showroom shall have to keep on ensuring that they service your car effectively so that you can maintain it appropriately for a long duration usage. I hope all of you agree with me. Well, the same context of maintenance also holds good with respect to the software context. What I mean to say is that when you download a software product from a certain cloud server and install it onto your local device, then it is not an end of the relationship. Rather, it is the beginning of the relationship between you and that particular software product vendor. What I mean to say is that the software product vendor should ensure that the application is well maintained. If and only if the application is well maintained, that it shall be serving your needs better. What I mean is that maintenance in the software world refers to that ongoing process that the developers keep on doing to update and improve the software even after it's been deployed and is in active use by the users. Normally, when the users are using the software applications, they tend to notice a few bugs in it. Well, maintenance is all about ensuring that such bugs are removed and that the software is always reliable, secure, and is in tune with the user's needs. Not just does it involve the fixing of bugs, it also shall involve rolling out new features so that the end users are always satisfied with the software product and shall continue its usage for a long duration on their local devices. So, all said and done, the way the car showroom maintains our car so that we remain their loyal customers for a long duration of time, similarly, the software product vendor also shall constantly keep on receiving inputs about the bugs, shall constantly keep on receiving requests about the new features required, and shall implement those new features and shall remove the existing bugs and keep releasing the newer versions of the software so that the customers can remain loyal to that software product and to that company for a long duration of time. And this process, which is an ongoing process, is what we technically refer to as maintenance. So I'm sure that in this session you have been able to understand the meanings of all of these important software terminologies. That way, all through this course, you shall be definitely understanding everything that you need to understand to shape yourself as a successful software developer. Well, if you really have to achieve that goal, then all that you have to do is to show your commitment to be not missing out even a single session. Hope this session was informative. Meet you in my next session with new terminologies and concepts. Thanks for watching.